Muted. Hey everybody, welcome to Live Out Loud Live with Jason. How are you doing today? I'm going to adjust my levels here just a little bit. I don't want to be blowing you out there. How are you doing? It is a great day. Guess what? It's Tuesday. We are all back to work, and it is absolutely wonderful to see you today. And it's a good day. Do you wake up with that attitude that it's a good day, or do you wake up with dread every day? It's a choice. We either get to be a victim of the day, or the day gets to be our victim. Well, we're talking about living out loud, and this is day number 6 of 7, living out loud. And what does living out loud mean? What does it mean? Well, if you've been listening in so far, you know that living out loud means discovering your God-given purpose and discovering hang on, I just realized I did not have I didn't even have the camera on. I am so sorry, everybody. There I am. Can you see me now? Okay, great. So, getting back in the studio here, I had a couple glitches getting set up. So thank you for joining in. What does living out loud mean to you? To me, I believe living out loud means that I need to be everything that I'm created to be and nothing less. I need to give everything that I need to give and nothing less. I don't want to hold anything back. And when I breathe my last breath, I want to know that the world, my family, everybody in my circle of love and my God got every ounce of everything that I could give. And so for you, living out loud, taking a step, being bold, discovering what that is. One of the things that we're limited by is time. Time is more valuable than money. You can always earn more money. You can't earn more time. Well, think about this. If you are a hungry person, hungry for knowledge and learning, certain things, when you learn them, take up your time. So what are you spending your time learning? I want to spend my time learning only things that are going to advance me and advance my calling. And so there's a lot of things I'm interested in. I'm trying to think of an example right now. But I have carved off a number of things that I was interested. I would read about them, I would watch them, and I would learn about them. I'm like, I enjoy this, but this is doing nothing to advance me in my success walk in my life and what I know I'm called to do. And so I kind of deleted those things from my life, not because I don't enjoy them. I really enjoy cars. And, Rochelle and I thought about going to the racetrack every weekend and being involved in that. But as much as I enjoy it, it doesn't line up with what I'm called to do. And maybe it does line up with what you're called to do. So this is not a judgment for you in any manner. But just for me, I'm like, maybe that's something I'll do at another season in my life. But for now, that's something that got tabled. And is there anything in your life that you're that maybe you need to put pause on? Maybe you need to delete it so you can invest more time in something else. I even decided that I'm not going to read books. Spend my time reading books that don't matter and aren't going to make an impact and aren't going to move the needle in my life and in my calling. So I want to share a story with you that is, for me, a huge success story internally for me personally. And I want to share this with you mainly because you may be in the same boat as me. So, growing up, I was I thought I was an excellent student. I was pretty smart. I don't want to say I made complete straight A's, but I graduated in the top 10% of my high school class. But get this, I never, in all of my school years, read a single book from cover to cover. I was good. I was really good at taking tests. I was a really good listener, and generally speaking, my teachers liked me. So I made good grades, but I never read a book. And I feel like why didn't read a book? I got bored with them. I found that while I was reading, my thoughts would wander, but my eyes would keep going down the page. So I would reread things like, wait, I just skipped through half a page, and I don't even know what it said. I read it, but I was thinking about something else. Have you had that? I think a number of you have, because I've talked to a number of people that have had this same problem. And so because of that, I ended up using the Cliff's Notes, the book summaries for everything. And it helped me pass my tests, helped me make some pretty good grades. But what it didn't help me do was become a better reader. And so, I mentioned the other day that apparently 90% of people after their formal education is completed, 90% of people never read a book from cover to cover. Well, guess what? That was me. And this is, I'm going to say, about 5 years or so ago. I knew that it was time that God wanted me to step it up, and I needed to learn, and I needed to grow personally. I knew if I wanted, in my business, if I wanted my business to grow and improve, that it started with me. It started at the source, and I had to become better, and I had to. Let me tell you exactly what I did. I sat down and I prayed, and I said, God, I need to be a better reader. God, I'm asking you to upgrade my skill set. I need an upgrade, and I need to become a good reader. And I just began to, I'm like, I need better tools in my toolbox. And so over a short period of time, several of my girls were doing competitive cheerleading. And the way competitive cheerleading goes, the competitions are like this. You go to a huge convention center, coliseum, whatever, and there's thousands of people. You're there because you've got 3 girls on 3 different teams. You're there virtually all day long. And your girls' team is 2 minutes and 30 seconds long. And so I've got 3 girls, 3 different teams, 2 minutes and 30 seconds for each girl. One may be at 7:30 a.m., one may be at 1 p.m., and another one may be at 8 p.m. And so you're literally there all day long. So here's what I did. I brought my iPad, and I had a book on Kindle. And I brought my Bose Quiet Comfort headphones, and I had the Audible book. And the cheer music is blasting. It's so crazy loud. So I'd have to crank my headphones on all the way. And I began reading my book on my iPad with the Kindle app while listening to the author narrate it. And all of a sudden, because I was hearing it and I was seeing it, my mind stayed engaged, and I didn't wander. And books became alive to me at that time. Now, I wasn't reading for pleasure. I was reading for self-improvement. Books on management, leadership, money, just everything, productivity, habits, personalities, everything you can imagine. And so the books I was reading weren't books that I was just reading to learn. It was things that I needed to actually implement and do and improve in my life and my business and my family. And so I began consuming books because I had so much time. And in 1 or 2 days of a cheer competition, I would read a book, and then I would highlight the notes, and then I would have my task app, and I'd go, oh man, I need to do this. And I would get to places in these books where I'd be like, whoa, I can't read another page until I go and do what I've learned. And so it was an answer to prayer, guys. I mean, my life changed when I asked God for an upgrade in my equipment in regards to reading. And today I read. I think the most I've ever read was probably 50 books in a year since then. I don't read quite as much anymore. I probably read about 2 books a month right now, just because there's so much and it takes time to actually implement and do things. And so there's a time when you need to stop learning and you need to start doing. Remember, we talked about that. And so I'm going to turn the comments on here real quick and just see who all might be with us. And feel free to just reach out and say hey if you would. But is that you? Are you a reader? I talk to people all the time, and I constantly ask them, hey, are you reading, or what are you reading? And some people read a lot, and a ton of people don't read at all. I find very few people in the middle. You're either doing a lot of reading or no reading. And you know, that is a huge stream of opportunity for improvement for us, is reading. We can read, we can associate, network with people, we can attend seminars, online groups, all kinds of training. There's no excuse for not learning. Gosh, YouTube, you can get a college education on YouTube. It's just amazing how many resources are out there for us. But I want to ask you, are you a reader? What is one area, like I told you, my area that I really wanted to improve in was I wanted to improve on my reading skills. What do you want to improve on? Is it reading? Is it speaking? Is it something to do with computers, or whatever it is? What is it, and what are you doing to get better? That's my question. And I want to encourage you that if you're not a reader, do what I did. Sit down and say, God, I need to become a reader. Will you help me? And I want to tell you what, He did. He helped me, and He's going to help you too. And my life has been so much improved. I have so much more value that I can add to those around me because of being a reader and learning and all the things. I've got all my books. I list them out in a big mind map by category. And I can pick out different things. Actually, in my office, I have infographics that map out the things in certain books that I use to help explain and teach others things that I've learned. And so I want to encourage you, take the first step. Once you get hooked on it like I did, wow, there was no stopping me. Matter of fact, when I'm riding in my car, even to and from work, I don't listen to music. I don't listen to talk shows. I get no value out of talk shows. I do get value out of music, sometimes relaxing or some worship music, whatever, but I generally use my car time as learning time. And I'll listen to audiobooks. And then when I get home, the areas I've bookmarked, I'll go open the Audible book and I'll highlight them and then copy them off to my note program so I can keep track. So every book that I read, all my notes, I can actually go in my note program and search and see. And if you do this on Kindle, on the Kindle app, you can actually go to the website and you can search all of your highlights and comments on all of your books. It's a really great way because after you read a ton of books and you're like, hey, where was that quote? I read something about XYZ and I don't remember where it was. And you can go and search on that and it helps you find it. That's been extremely helpful for me. So reading, if you want to live out loud, becoming a reader, I believe is huge in giving you the tools, the equipment, the knowledge, the learning, the wisdom, so that you can develop the gifts and the talents that you have to then go out into the world. And the world needs you. And your talents may be a seed, they may be a seedling, a sapling, in bloom or in full fruit. I don't know, but the world absolutely needs what you have. So what are you doing to upgrade your toolbox? If I can do it, you can do it. I'm not any better than you are. If I can do it, you can do it. So, you can do it. Do you believe in yourself? I believe in you. You can do it. Become a reader. Okay, so living out loud. What else are we going to talk about today? Upgrading our equipment is one. We visited discovering who we are, what we're called to do, what we're supposed to do in this season, what holds us back, fear, uncertainty, doubt, past, pain, all of those things. We've also talked about actually telling ourselves in our mind what to believe. so that those beliefs then begin to act out in our actions and in our habits. And if we're going to live out loud, we need to not just say no to things we don't want to do, but we need to say yes to the things we do need to do. We need to be bold. And self-control is about directing yourself. This is what I need to do. I'm going to tell myself in every minute of my day where I'm going to spend it. The day will fly by and life will pass you by if you don't take control and direct your time. So, guys, I just want to tell you just a short message today about upgrading your skills. Become a reader if you're not a reader. And if it's some other skill set, just give it to the Lord. Start reaching out and finding people. Find people that are good at what you want to be good at. You can find them in person. You can find them online. Find people that are already good at what you want to be good at. Hang out with them. Spend time. Read their books. Listen to their podcast. Watch their videos, and you're going to pick up some tips. And piece by piece, you're going to get better. And tomorrow is day 7. And tomorrow we're going to talk about the tipping point. So I'll tell you about the tipping point tomorrow. Maybe you're familiar with the concept. If not, you're going to have to wait till tomorrow. So just want to say, guys, live out loud. You're amazing. You're more awesome than you think. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 1 p.m. And don't forget to share this with your friends. Like this, share this. Just if there's someone that you think could be encouraged by this message, please do it. Feel free to leave me a comment. Please just tell me what you think about what I said today. If you agree, if you disagree, I want to hear it. Let's engage in a conversation. I want to learn. I want to learn from you too. So just God bless you. Hope you have an amazing day. And look